Welcome. You have activated all systems. Deactivation is not an option. The end is where we begin.
He's going to fake it to Hooks. He's going to roll out to his right. Misses a tackle, puts it deep.
Oh, look at this.
And complete to number 25.
Aaron
Down
Rowland.
to 20, to 10, to 5. Touchdown.
There you go.
Pinnacle. All day, all day, all day.
Run, Brian, run.
Nope, there it is, there it is. Sam Mason has
Move. Move.
There's Gillis Ross.
Oh, my God. Goodness. Wow. One-handed, incredible.
That is one of the greatest catches I've ever seen.
Good evening, Pioneer fans, and welcome to Mountain Pointe High School. You've got the number 4 ranked Pinnacle Pioneers going up against the number 3 ranked Mountain Pointe Pride, so it should be a great game today. I'm Nathan Nordstrom along with Todd Dixon, and we're coming live to you from the East Valley.
Back in the East Valley, right, Nate?
That's it, man.
Mountain Pointe on the year, undefeated. Pinnacle with a record of, I believe, 3-1. Coming off that huge victory last week against Brophy. And this is going to be a good one. You just alluded to that, Nate. Pinnacle's actually, they've got them at number 5 in the state, both with Max Preps and the Arizona Republic. And
yeah, that changes daily, I think.
It kind of goes up and down.
Because I looked at it on Wednesday, and we were 3. They were 3, and we were 4. So
yeah, so it kind of goes up and down. But this is certainly a marquee matchup. If you go back to last fall, not a great memory for a lot of the Pioneers. This is the team that took us out of the playoffs, 56-10. So chance for redemption tonight.
That was a tough loss for us. And if you notice going out there for our team captains, we've got Nick, the Diesel Farrar back. And that'll be a huge plus for us, both at the linebacker and moving in at either the fullback or the tailback, depending on what they're doing. Griggs, the sophomore Griggs, seems to be kind of the focal point at that tailback position now.
He's number 1 in rushing on the year. You just mentioned that. He's got 223 yards, Griggs does on the year, the Grizzly we call him. You've also got Kent Collenberg, Big Ben Thomas, and Drew Dixon out there as captains this evening. And it is good to get Nick back after missing a couple of games. I think he had a chance to kind of heal up with some bumps and bruises. And, your Pioneers, if you haven't had a chance to check this team out yet this year, folks, gaining a lot of momentum and has looked really good with the past 3 victories.
Well, and last week, for those that weren't able to watch, we had a back and forth game throughout the whole game, and the junior Jeff McGuire kicked his longest field goal in his 2-year history as a kicker for Pinnacle, booting a 47-yarder with 32 or 34 seconds left in the game to give your Pioneers a 30, was it 34-32, 33-32?
30, I believe it was 32-31.
32-31 victory, and it was definitely a field goal to remember.
One of the most exciting 5 minutes of high school football I've ever seen.
Oh, it was great. Great.
Unbelievable. But, big test for the Pioneers. The key to this game for the Pioneers tonight, Mountain Pointe has a ton of speed. They always have, and they do again this year. On the ground, they're averaging 300 and, I believe, 2 yards a game rushing right now.
Well, I think, it's what you and I talked about all the way up here. I think the key is we need to stop their run and force them to pass.
Yes.
We've got a very strong secondary that seems to be getting stronger every week. I think we have a linebacking core that is one of the best in the state.
Absolutely. Great senior leadership.
And I think you load up that box, don't let them get outside, and basically say if you're going to beat us, you got to beat us throwing. And we went into that game last year in the quarterfinals of the state playoffs saying the same thing. Sure. And they rolled off some big yards in the beginning. So it'll be interesting to see how the defensive coordinator, Mike Lamanu, call the game.
Well, the big guy we've got to stop tonight is Marcarius Blount for them. He's their running back. He averages 174 yards a game and 7.6 a carry.
So here we go. Jeff McGuire's kick is up. They're going to pooch kick it, and it's going to go out of bounds.
He touched it. Good thing.
Right at about the.
Well, the player touched it.
Yeah, but they're gonna. I think one of the refs is saying that they did touch it, so it'll be at the 33-yard line. Worst case scenario, they gain 2 yards, and it's at that 35.
Yeah. Well, interesting on the pooch kick there. Again, the respect for the speed on the other side of the ball. They're choosing not to go deep, which might prove to be a really good strategy this evening.
So you got Jack Smith coming out at quarterback for Mountain Pointe. He has verbally committed to UNLV.
Correct.
And then again, Marcarius Blount is going to be their big feature back. He's going to be number 8, and I think he's one of the top 2 in the state right now.
Yeah, well, averaging 174 a game. I mean, 7.6 a carry. And their offensive line, they're always tough on the interior as well. So for the second week in a row, it's a big challenge on both sides of the ball, the line of scrimmage.
Although looking at Mountain Pointe, Brophy was a lot bigger on their line comparatively.
Well, when you have people up next to Boom, number 71, folks, he's 370. So that helps tip the scales in your favor.
So here we go. You got Smith in the shotgun. He's going to fake it to Blount. He's going to roll to his right, going to come across the middle. Pass intended for Ralph Roman, incomplete.
Riley Hamill still in at middle linebacker. So you don't have Farrar out there from the get-go. They've got Hamill in. And Hamill did a nice job last week in the middle.
Well, do you think they're going to take Farrar and maybe just use him and Grant
on offense?
And Griggs on offense?
It could be. It could be. I mean, Nick's
they're a
just
good
coming
1-2
back.
punch.
Yeah, absolutely. And Hamill's done a great job at that middle linebacker.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Pride.
A little windy tonight here, folks, so we're hoping that our papers don't get blown. It's going to be a quick pitch to the right. There's that speed.
Blount is going to get to the outside, but it doesn't gain a whole lot of yards there, maybe 4.
Nice
Bring
job.
up a 3rd down and 6.
Nice job for the Pioneers. Number 72. Let me get you a number here on that. I believe that is, let's see. That's Michael Harlan, defensive end. Nice job stringing that play out to make sure they didn't get very far.
So a big 3rd down. They're going to call it 5. 3rd and 5 for the Pride. Here comes your Pinnacle Pioneer defense. If they can hold it here and get the ball back, that's going to be a big stop. Smith is going to go shotgun. Blount to his left. In shotgun, look at his right. He's going to complete it to Roman, and Roman's going to pick up about 7. Just enough for the 1st down.
And
actually, that's going to be number 5. Jaden Brooks, I apologize.
Riley Hamill on the coverage and the tackle for the Pioneers. They're not as big as they were last year, are they, Nate? That's one thing I'm noticing. They had a good-sized team last year. And it's going to be a quick handoff up the middle, and hello, Boom! Hello, Boom!
Told you he would make the difference tonight on the way down.
My goodness. You just ran into a refrigerator, kid. Wow. Nice tackle by Devontae Drayton, nicknamed Boom, number 71, 6'5", 370.
Going to pick up about a yard on the play, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 9 for the Pride. Smith looking to the side for the call. I think it's going to be an interesting matchup, our defensive line against our offensive line tonight. I think it's a different team this year than last year.
Well, I'll tell you what, Devontae did a wonderful job stuffing that for a short game.
So Smith is going to go shotgun, split backs again. Smith back. He's looking. He's going to go deep, and he's going to overthrow intended for Jaden Brooks. So it's going to bring up a long 3rd and 9 for the Pride.
So Hilgendorf on the coverage, number 11. We also have Alex Flood back there, number 15. Or sorry, that's Keaton Tardio. 15 is Keaton Tardio. So 3rd and 8. Surprisingly, Mountain Pointe came into this game, and they're about a 2-to-1 ratio. They like to run as opposed to throw, and they're really trying to open it up through the air tonight.
So here's Smith, going to go shotgun. You got Roman in motion. Smith back to pass. He's going to take off up the middle, try to cut back inside. He's going to be short of the 1st down by about 2 yards.
Nice job by Drew Dixon to catch him.
I would think, knowing the Pride coach, he's going to go for it here on 4th and 2.
At the 44, most likely.
So it's going to bring up, they're going to call it 4th and 1, but it looks like a long one.
Well, their quarterback that you just saw, he's their second leading rusher on the team. So, they're not afraid to let him run it. He's got 276 yards on the year.
So here we go. He's going to go under center. Going to hand it off to Blunt, and I think Blunt is going to be, man, that's right on the line. So we'll see how.
Might be a measurement.
I think they're going to give it to him. Yep, they're going to give it to him. So it'll be
Barely.
a first down for Mountain Pointe.
Substitutions coming in for the Pioneers. Boom coming out.
So Smith is going to go under center. Blunt's going to go deep. They're going to hand it off to Blunt. He cuts back to the inside, shifts around, and going to pick up about 3.
Nice job in the interior. Drew Dixon in on that tackle.
And Baby Mandrola.
Yeah, Justin. Very solid linebacking core for the Pioneers. Both Drew Dixon and Justin Mandrola returning starters from last year's squad.
So Smith is going to go shotgun this time. Going to roll to his left. Completes it out to number 9, and that's Isaiah Poyamoa. And he's going to have enough for the first down.
Poyamoa, their second leading receiver on the team, averaging 13 a carry. You had the super soft Dylan Stevenson on the coverage, number 28. I was looking at the defensive stats. Stevenson, not only has he got 2 picks on the year, he's the third leading tackler for the Pioneers.
Yeah.
Coming into tonight, he had 20 total tackles on the year.
Smith is going to pitch it out to Blunt. Blunt cuts it back to the inside. There's a lot of Pinnacle Pioneers right there. He's going to pick up maybe 3. They're doing a good job containing him tonight. He's not being. You can see he wants to go outside, but the ends are doing a great job forcing him back in to help.
They are, and the linebackers are doing a nice job filling the gaps as well.
In comes the boom, so that'll help us a little bit here. It's going to be 2nd and 7 from the 25-yard line of Pinnacle. Going to hand it off to Blunt again, and Blunt's going to go down at about the 19-yard line, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5, pick up of 2.
7:52 left in the first quarter, folks. Mountain View on a fairly long, well, I guess, time-consuming drive.
Dude, their field is really dark. You notice that? Look how dark it is over here compared to there. Smith and shotgun, back to pass, looking to his right, going to complete it out to number 6, Roman, and that should be enough for the first down to about the 16-yard line.
Roman is their leading receiver on the year, so that's who you've got to watch for. 199 yards coming into tonight. Mountain Pointe's offense is averaging about 470 yards a game. So they've got a very potent offense. It's going to be a challenge for the Pioneers.
They're very methodical.
Yeah.
Blunt's going to go deep. They're going to hand it off to Blunt. He's going to try to cut back outside. He's going to be smothered. Maybe picks up a yard.
Nice defensive play. Is that 81? Is that Mr. Jewell?
Mr. Jewell.
Cole Jewell, senior. Got a half a sack on the year, averaging about 4 or 5 tackles a game. So 2nd and 8. Now here's where we need to stiffen up. This defense, that's the theme on the year that you see. We do allow some yards, but they typically tighten up
great in the red zone.
Yeah.
Going to be a timeout by Mountain Pointe, it looks like.
Big difference from last year, and I'll just say this, team speed. We really struggled against their team speed last year. So far, we haven't seen that.
No.
I mean, our kids.
Our ends are doing a great job. That's the big thing with Mountain Pointe and Chandler. They like to get outside because if they can get outside, it's one step and they're gone.
Absolutely.
We've got a lot of speed. So if you can keep them bottled up like they're doing tonight, we should be in great shape.
Folks, we're going to do a sponsor shout-out now. We're going to start with our championship-level sponsor. That's Chapman Ford. There are a lot of places in the valley where you can buy a Ford, but only one gives you the Chapman choice: savings, selection, and service. That's Chapman Ford on McDowell Road in Scottsdale, home of the Chapman choice. Thank you for being a championship sponsor for Pinnacle football. All right, boys, let's stiffen up here. 2nd and 8, 6:52 left in the first quarter.
The Pride can get a first down if they get down to the 6. They're currently at the 14. Smith is going to go split backs again. Going to fake it to Blunt. He's going to go to the right and just overthrows. Intended for number 9. That's Poyomaya.
Stevenson on the coverage, and he did get outside of Dillon on that play. So the super soft, they're starting to go after the super soft tonight. He leads the Pioneers.
Well, there's a big height
interceptions.
differential between him and Poyomaya.
So 3rd and 8, if you can hold him to a field goal attempt here, that's
a victory.
Absolutely.
So a big 3rd down and 9 for the Pride. Smith is going to go shotgun, back to pass. He's looking to his right, and it's the receiver slipped.
It fell down,
incomplete.
yeah.
It's going to bring up 4th down and 9. Let's see if they bring out the field goal unit or if they're going to go for it. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Keaton Tardio had nice coverage on that, though. So even if he wouldn't have slipped, I think Keaton would have been there.
It was almost intercepted.
Yeah,
he slipped
close.
when the guy slipped.
He fell over him, actually.
So they're going to go for a field goal here. Out's going to come their place.
And we've got a block
kicker.
on the year, but from big number 71, Devontae, he blocked PAT, I believe, against Saguaro.
Can't make out that number. So their place kicker is going to be Brandon Johnson. He's a senior. It's going to be basically a 30-yard field goal attempt. Snap is back. The hold's down. The kick is up, and it looks good.
Yeah,
and it is good. And so Mountain Pointe, with 6:36 left here in the first quarter, leads your Pinnacle Pioneers 3-0.
Well, they took, 8.5 minutes off the clock on that drive. But to hold them to a field goal, that's not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. They've got a very potent offense. I mean, one of the better offenses in the state based on stats, what you see starting off in the year. Gives us time, folks, to do another sponsor shout-out. This time we're going to go over to the California Pizza Kitchen. Okay, so California Pizza Kitchen. CPH proudly supports Pinnacle football. California Pizza Kitchen is serving up California creativity with a range of inspired dishes, from hand-tossed and heart-baked California-style pizzas to imaginative salads, pastas, entrees, soups, sandwiches, handcrafted cocktails, premium wines, and craft beers. Thank you to California Pizza Kitchen.
So you got Johnson kicking off and Anthony Vaughn deep for your Pioneers.
Velcro. Boy, did he play good last week. Oh.
Yes, he did. Vaughn's going to stand at about his own 3-yard line. Kick is up. Vaughn's going to field it right at the goal line. He's at the 10, cuts it back into the center, and it's going to go down at about the 16, 17-yard line.
Not a lot of room in the middle there. They tried to set up that middle wedge. It was a pretty nice kickoff, tall kickoff. Had a lot of hang time on it. So now you get to see the snake, Spencer Rattler, freshman quarterback for the Pioneers, who is coming off back-to-back 300-yard games on the year. Very talented offensive line for the Pioneers.
So it looks like they're going to have Griggs and Nick the Diesel Ferrar at tailback. Rattler's going to go shotgun. Going to hand it, going to pitch it out. Oh, incomplete, intended for, that's going to be Sarah Pena Robinson.
Just couldn't quite get a handle on that. So Pinnacle in their typical hurry-up offense.
You go spread formation with the Diesel behind Rattler. Rattler's going to hand it off to the Diesel. He's going to try to break it up the middle, and is going to pick up maybe a yard. Bring up 3rd and 9 for the Pioneers.
That offensive line tonight for your Pioneers, center Chase Lowen. You got Kent Columber, the cucumber, at left tackle. Big Ben is at left guard. Right guard, you got Big Hig, which is Higgins. And then you've got Jansen at right tackle. Looks like an injury, Nate.
Yeah.
Well, 3rd and 9, so this brings up, just to get some momentum, pretty important for them to try to, I would imagine they're going to give Spencer a shot to show off his arm a little bit.
Got a little bit of a breeze tonight, running east to west.
Kind of swirling a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll go back to another sponsor shout out here, folks. This time we're going to go to Grimaldi's at DC Ranch. Visit Grimaldi's Pizzeria to experience the aroma on pizza and calzones baked to perfection in their signature coal brick ovens. The perfect gathering place after the game, located conveniently in DC Ranch. That's Grimaldi's.
So out comes the Pioneers, 3rd down and 9 at their own 17. Rattler's going to go shotgun. You got Diesel, Ferrari deep in the backfield. Rattler back to pass. He's got some pressure. He's racing out of the pressure, and incomplete, intended for Sarah Pena Robinson.
Spencer a little off on that throw, but again, that defensive end from the left side looked like he came in untouched.
He did come in and touch. They blitzed the backers as well. So out comes Jeff McGuire for the first punt of the night.
McGuire, of course, coming off a very, very big kick last week to beat Brophy.
Back deep, you got Blunt, number 8, and number 5. Jaden Brooks for the Pride. They're going to be standing at about the 50-yard line.
Fumble.
And there's a fumble, and they go down.
Well, you hear the crowd yelling.
Yeah, there's 12 men on the field.
It doesn't look like the referees caught it.
They're not going to catch it because they live in the East Valley. How do you miss 12 players on the field?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's one you might send to the AIA. Hey, guys, let's do some math lessons. Well, so pretty good field position for the Pride. Good time for Pinnacle to step up here. Turnover.
Almost got one there when he fumbled the
pretty close
return. So Smith is going to go under center. Blunt's going to go deep back. They're going to hand it off to Blunt. He's going to try to get outside. Cuts back to the inside and going to pick up about 3.
Nice pursuit from the backside. Riley Hamill was in on that tackle, but I believe that's number 8. That's Josh Stedman. We call him Mr. Ohio. Moved here from Ohio in the offseason. Been playing really well for the Pioneers.
So they're going to give it 3, I guess. 2nd and 7 for the Pride from your Pioneer 47. Smith is going to go shotgun, split back formation. Going to look to his right, going to pitch it out to Brooks. Brooks has got a little bit of room, breaks a tackle, tiptoes down the sideline, and is going to be pushed out of bounds at about the 8.
Goodness.
But
are they saying that he went out?
I think they're saying he went out at the 40.
Yeah, he did. Little tightrope walk.
Yeah.
Well, there's some of that speed that we've seen in years past from the Pride. That'll be a first down, though.
Enough for the first down. Pickup of about 9 on the play.
Stats-wise, coming into tonight on defense, the leading tackler on the team is number 44, Captain Air Force Drew Dixon, committed to play football for Air Force Falcons next year.
Smith is going to go under center. It's going to be a delay handoff to Blunt. He's going to be stuffed, maybe a yard pickup.
Nice job on defense. I saw Hamill in there. Baby Mandrola, Justin Mandrola, I believe, got there first. That front 4 tonight, you've got Harlan and Stedman at the ends, and inside you've got...
Pitch it out to Blunt. Blunt drops it. He was wide open.
Yeah, Mandrola coming up on the coverage. The defensive backs this evening include number 28. That's the super soft, we like to call him. That's Dylan Stevenson. Got Alex, Boom, Devontae Drayton. Linebackers, you've got Riley Hamill, Justin Mandrola, and Drew Dixon.
Smith's going to go shotgun, split backs again, looking to his left, going to pitch it out to Blunt. Blunt drops it. He was wide open.
Yeah, Mandrola coming up on the coverage. The defensive backs this evening include number 28. That's the super soft, we like to call him. That's Dylan Stevenson. Got Alex Flood, Keaton Tardio, and I believe the final one would be Jacob Hogendorf.
So big 3rd down and 9 for the Pride from the Pinnacle 38-yard line.
4:14 left in the first quarter. This is a big play because we went 3 and out on offense. And the last thing you want to do is give up any more points at this stage of the game.
So Smith is going to go under center. Blunt's going to go I formation. They're going to fake it to Blunt. Smith's got some pressure. And he breaks a tackle, cuts back to the inside, and is at the 5, touchdown. How did they not call the holding there?
Looked like it.
Wow.
Well, he's their second leading rusher. He's got an offer on the table from UNLV. He's committed to him. He's a pretty dangerous runner, too. He just broke contain on that left side and made a couple of nice moves. So your Pioneers facing adversity early, down 9-0, 3:59 left in the first quarter.
Well, that left tackle absolutely tackled the defensive end.
Yeah.
How you don't call that? 12 players on the field, and then you see an absolute tackle on offense and no penalty.
Well, when you play road games, sometimes there's a little extra adversity. You have to
There
overcome.
is. So down 10-0 with 3:59 left here in the first quarter. Your Pioneers are going to get the ball back now, and we'll see what we can do.
Go back to another sponsor shout out. This time we're going to go to Aquaman Pools. LLC. Aquaman Pools service technicians are certified pool experts who take the time to make your pool safe, sparkling, and fun. Visit PinnaclePoolSpecial.com for a special offer on service. Thank you, Aquaman Pools. Well, Nate, good time to get something going. A nice return.
Yep, Anthony Vaughn's going to go deep. For your Pioneers, he can usually pick up something.
Well, he's averaging 29.3 a return on the year. That's a pretty good boot.
Vaughn's going to go into the end zone, so that's going to be a touchback, bringing it out to the 20.
Well, a little better field position. We started from the 16 last time. So
Absolutely.
Our first series on offense, 3 and out. So you want to get some momentum going here, especially down 10 early.
This drive. Rattlers in shotgun. Diesel Farrar behind him. Going to be handoff to Diesel. Cuts it back up to the inside and going to pick up maybe a yard or two.
Good to see you back, Nick. Got up to about the 21, so yeah, bring up what, 2nd and 8, I believe?
2nd and 9.
On the ground this year, your Pioneers averaging about 129.8 a game, with Griggs the leading carrier. Of course, Nick's the 3rd leading, and he's missed 2 games.
So now we're going to go kind of an abbreviated pistol formation. Going to be handoff to Nick. Nick's going to rush up the middle. Going to on the play. Bring up a 3rd and 7.
Pretty stout defensive line for Mountain Pointe as well.
Their linebackers are fast. They move quick.
Probable passing situation. And again, we're seeing cover 2 on defense. We saw that from Brofield out last game.
Rattlers in shotgun. He's back to pass. He's looking to his left. Going to come across the middle. Completes
He
it.
got there early.
Incomplete. It intended for Anthony Vaughn. And that was a little early on the defense. Holy camole.
Goodness. Well, maybe they're saying he was going for the ball, but you almost wonder if there's a little bit of an emotional hangover from last week.
I don't know.
With how tight that game is. Once in a while you see that.
So McGuire's in to kick. Back deep for the Pride is going to be number 6, Ralph Roman, and number 5, Jaden Brooks.
So timeout on the field. 2:51 left in the first quarter, folks. And we're going to have to kick it back to him again. And with that, we're going to go back to another sponsor shout out. Thank you to all our sponsors. It really makes a tremendous difference for these kids in this program. So next we're going to go to Desert Ridge Marketplace. Desert Ridge Marketplace is your shopping, dining, and entertainment destination with live music every Friday and Saturday night and featuring over 100 shops and restaurants. Also another shout out to our championship sponsor, which is Chapman Ford. There are a lot of places in the valley to where you can buy a Ford, but only one gives you the Chapman choice, savings, selection, and service. That's Chapman Ford on McDowell Road in Scottsdale, home of the Chapman choice. Okay, boys, let's get some coverage here.
McGuire's kick is up.
Good kick.
And it looks like it's going to be a good bounce. They're going to let it bounce. Good roll.
That was
and
interesting. Why would you fall on it at the last minute?
Roman covers it at about the 32.
All right, so out comes your defense again. Need a momentum changer here, guys. It's a good time for it. Really, they've only given up one big play, and that was the touchdown just before. And that quarterback, you got to really be careful to keep him in the pocket. That's the main challenge for the front four. You know, back to back, we've played against two exceptional Division I quarterbacks, you know, in successive weeks.
So here's Smith. He's going to hand it off to Blunt. Blunt's got some room up the middle. Going to carry it up to about the 38-yard line, so it's going to pick up about 7.
Nothing fancy there, just right up the gut.
Actually, that was number 3, Luis Asensio. Shotgun for Smith. Now he's going to hand off to Blunt. Blunt's got a stutter step, and he's going to be dropped.
Great play by
Maybe
Justin
pick
Mandrola.
up of a yard, bring up a 3rd and 3.
Great tackle by Baby Mandrola, number 7, Justin Mandrola. Second leading tackler on the team coming into tonight with 24 on the year total, averaging about 6 a game. 2 tackles for loss coming into tonight, plus he's also had a sack.
So 3rd and 4, they're going to call it. Smith's going to go shotgun. Asensio to his right. He's going to come across the middle and completes it out to number 6, Roman. That was a great catch because he got absolutely leveled.
Alex Flood put a nice hit on him, and you have to give credit to the receiver for coming down with that because he laid the wood. This is a defense that likes to hit, folks. When you describe the game of football as a contact sport, they put emphasis on that first word.
They do.
So 1st and 10.
We're going to hand off to Asensio, it looks like.
Short gain, maybe 3. Bring up a 2nd and 7. Got more substitutions coming down the line. Jewell coming out. And Horton heading in, senior. So a lot of rotation. I noticed Boom isn't in on this series. So 2nd and 6.
Maybe a handoff to number 5, Brooks, and he's going to be dropped at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by Justin Mandrola to turn that to the inside. And tackle made by number 91. That's Harlan, senior defensive end. So 3rd and 5, big down. Trent Miller checking out, and Big Devontae heading back in.
Smith's going to go across the middle, completes it to Poyamoa.
Alex Flood on the tackle. They like that 10 to 12 yard inside hitch route.
They really do.
To their tight end or slot receivers. So that'll be 1st down. So 8 seconds left, 6 seconds in the first quarter, folks. So it's probably going to count down here. And it's going to the end of the first quarter. Your Pinnacle Pioneers on the road down to the 4th-ranked Mountain Pointe Pride, 10-0. And stats-wise, it's not even close. I don't think we've gotten a first down yet, have we?
No.
So hopefully we can get untracked on offense going into the second quarter. We'll go back now to a couple of our sponsor shout-outs. This time we're going to head over and talk about Jamba Juice. in just a moment. And now we'll go back to our championship sponsor, Chapman Ford. You just saw the commercial, folks. Thank you to Chapman Ford for being our championship sponsor. And we'll also do a quick shout out to Jamba Juice at the home games. They're right next to the Snack Shack. Visit the Jamba Juice for all your fresh, smooth smoothies. And good time for our defense to stiffen up here, Nate, starting the second quarter. We just have not been able to get on track on offense at all.
No.
Defense has been on the field. Time of possession, I don't have any official stats, but it's got to be pretty lopsided, maybe 10 to 2, 10 minutes to 2 at this point. Mountain Pointe, they won state, 2 years ago, I believe?
Yep.
And then last year they were a semifinalist team. I think they got put out by Chandler Wolves, the eventual state champs. All right, boys, turnover time.
So here goes Smith. Going to have motion, going to have movement by their offensive line. That's going to back them up 5.
Helpful. Nice to see him actually take the yellow hanky out of their pocket.
Absolutely.
So now 1st and 15, you may expect more. I'm curious to see if they're going to go through the air again.
Well, it's going to bring you 1st and 15, so they got...
Their quarterback was ranked one of the top 25 high school players in the state of Arizona this year by one of the scouting combines. Yeah, you don't get D1 offers if you're not a pretty good player.
Blunt in motion. They're going to hand it off to... Going to have movement again. Going to back them up another 5, bring up 1st and 20.
Fortuitous. That's helpful. Might seem to try to open it up now. They like that counter, too. They're running a lot of that counter. So your defense for your Pioneers going back to this leading tackler on the year is Drew Dixon, Mandrola behind him. Dylan Stevenson, the super soft, 3rd leading tackler. And then you've got Stedman, Flood, and Hilgendorf.
So Smith is going to go in shotgun, blunt motion again. They're going to hand it off to Cisnero, and he's going to pick up, maybe 5 yards.
Test in the middle of that defensive line for the Pioneers.
Asensio, I apologize. I mispronounced that.
Cole Jewell checking back in. Horton coming out for the Pioneers. A lot of rotation on that D-line so far.
Yep. So 2nd and 15 for the Pride. From the 32-yard line of your Pioneers. Smith's going to go shotgun, Asensio to his left. Blunt in motion. Going to hand it off to Blunt. He's going to try to sweep it. Cuts back to the inside. Got a block, and it's going to be brought down after a pickup of about 15. So it's going to be right at the 1st down marker.
That's their leading running back on the year, folks. That kid's averaging 174.5 a game. So for the 2nd week in a row, we're facing a pretty talented running back. Just a read option, basically.
Pretty much.
Left side.
So 1st and 10 for the Pride from the 16-yard line. Going to hand off to, looks like, is that Roman?
Nope, same kid.
Nope,
that's Blount.
Blunt.
Or Blunt, I guess. He's their go-to. He's their horse.
He's going to pick up about 5 on the play. Nope, they're going to give him 7, so it's going to be a 2nd down and 3.
Good time to, good time for a turnover here.
Yep. Hold him to a field goal. Worst case scenario. You go split box shotgun, going to hand it off to Blunt. Blunt gets to the left side, breaks it up to the middle, and he's going to go down inside the 1, it looks like, but it's going to be enough for another 1st down for the Pride.
They create a 1st and goal. They've got, their offensive line. It's not as big as I remember as last year's.
No.
But they're very disciplined with the way that
Their blocking schemes are the same, though.
Yeah, they are. Same exact schemes, and they like to pound the rock.
Going to be a handoff to Blunt. Doesn't look like he's going to get anywhere, and they're going to mark him just shy.
No, touchdown.
Oh, the other.
Yeah, the
Sorry,
other.
I was looking at the ref on this side.
Well, so that's going to bring it to 16-0, Mountain Pointe over your Pioneers. Not the start we want, but we do know we've got a high-powered offense, and we can make a move back quickly. So let's hope we can. I don't think we've got a first down yet in the game, folks. So hopefully we can get unhooked on offense. PAT attempt coming in. Snaps down, kick is up, and it is good. So that's going to be with 9:59 left in the first half. Mountain Pointe 17, your Pinnacle Pioneers 0. And time for another sponsor shout out. This time let's go out to DryMax. Thanks to DryMax for sponsoring the Boys in Blue. You'll notice the high-tech socks on all of the varsity teams. Thank you, DryMax. One more since we have some time. Let's go back to the California Pizza Kitchen at Desert Ridge. They proudly support Pinnacle High School football. California Pizza Kitchen is serving up California creativity with a range of inspired dishes from hand-tossed and hearth-baked California-style pizzas to salads, pastas, entrees, soups, sandwiches, handcrafted cocktails, premium wines, and craft beers. Well, we got Anthony Vaughn back deep again. He's had a pretty good year returning the ball. He's averaging almost 30 yards.
He really has.
See if we can get a wedge set up.
So Johnson kicks up. They're going to call him offsides.
That'll help with some field position. Well, if you take a look at the first 5 games of this year, pretty brutal schedule for your Pioneers. To go back in time, started with nationally top 10 ranked Chandler. We came out on the wrong side of that, 56-10. But since then, we rattled off 3, including impressive victories over Saguaro, Mountain View, and then, of course, last week the thriller over Brophy. So there has not really been a lapse in the schedule in terms of challenging teams.
No.
And the Pride, again, they put us out of the playoffs last year, state champ 2 years ago, and a semifinalist last year, losing out to Chandler on their way to the title. So it looks like they're going to huddle up and talk about it. Vaughn, the only one deep. The upbacks are up pretty far, really. And here comes your kick.
Johnson kicks up. Vaughn's going to get it at about the 5. He's at the 15, cuts it back to the inside, and is going to go down right at the 20.
So 1st and 10 from the 20, the 3rd possession of the evening for us tonight with 9:51 left. And hopefully they can get on track. I think we need a momentum booster here for sure. Freshman Spencer Rattler on the year. Comes in with some impressive stats coming into tonight. 931 yards through the air for Spencer. He's been 107 attempts, 67 completions. Quarterback rating of 106.9, 9 touchdowns, and only 3 interceptions for the freshman. And now you see the tight end set. Spencer's going to start in the shotgun. Spread formation, single back. And it's going to be a handoff up the middle. A little bit of a hole for the sophomore. I believe that's Griggs. Pickup of maybe 2. Going to bring up a 2nd and 8 for your Pioneers. Griggs, of course, the leading rusher on the year. He's a sophomore. averaging 4.4 a carry, 223 yards on the year, so about 55 a game. Shotgun again for Rattler. Going to fake it. This time he's going to roll off to his right, looking downhill, fires. Ball is complete, and that looks like Cash has got it, and that's going to be the first down of the evening for your Pioneers. Dalton Cash on the reception. Cash having a nice year for the Pioneers. 89 yards coming into tonight. 3 touchdowns on the year, though, for Dalton Cash. So we're unhooking the wagon a little bit, Nate.
Well, and that was a big completion to Cash. I mean, he picked up some yards after the catch, so we got to move. We're moving here. Spencer's going to hand it off to Griggs. Griggs has got some running room, some good blocks, breaks a tackle, and gets all the way down to the 45 of Mountain Pointe. So I think we've found a little bit of weakness there.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is an important drive. Very important drive, because if we can come down, gain some confidence, get in the end zone, go back to where we're only down by 10, it's going to be big for these Pioneers.
Yeah.
Defense has been on the field a lot in this first half, so they need to rest up a little bit. A little time-consuming drive is not a bad thing.
No. So Spencer's going to go shotgun with Griggs deep behind him. He's going to look to his right, going to complete it to...
It's Cash again, I think.
No, that's going to be...
Oh, Nick Spahn.
That's going to be the Spawn.
Nick Spahn, we call him the Boston Baller.
For a pickup of about 7, it looks like.
181 yards on the year for Spahn, averaging 16.5 per catch, about 45 per game.
Griggs is going to go deep again behind Rattler. Rattler's going to hand it off to Griggs. He's got some running room, breaks a tackle, and he's going to get out, I think, just enough for the first down. It looks like they're marking him at the 35. So
that should be good.
Pickup of 4 on the play.
That should move the chains, I would think.
It should. Yep, it does.
Well, they're finding some momentum finally. First quarter, they only had 2 possessions. Both were 3 and out. And this time they're in that power formation. You got Nick Ferrara in the fullback, and it's going to be a handoff to Griggs with Nick plowing the road. Griggs is going to keep
carry
his legs
some carry some tacklers down for a pickup of about 4.
You know, I like that look when you have either one, really. You put Nick or Drew Dixon in there, and Nick's hobbling a little. I think he's going to come out. And coming into the game is Friedman, the junior, and he looked pretty good last week, too. Number 25, isn't that the pinball? Isn't that where we came up with him?
Absolutely.
Bounces off guys. And got it in that really pro formation, isn't it? Tight end set.
So Griggs is going to go deep in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to Griggs. Is that Griggs?
That's Griggs,
yeah,
31.
He's going to pick up about another 3 yards, so bring up a 3rd down and about 4.
I think this is good, though, because you really do want to give the defense a little bit of rest. They've been on the field a lot. So if you can chew up a little bit of time, get in, get the touchdown, try to get a 3 and out, and
make it a game.
Exactly. And it's going to be a throw, interception.
Intercepted by Poyomao, and he's going to take it all the way out to the 46-yard line.
That's the first interception Spencer's had since week 1, I believe.
Yep.
So just a little bit off on that, the freshman. They were in a cover 2, it looked like, there, and safety made a good read on the ball. So with 6:48 left in the first half, folks, now it becomes imperative that the defense really try to get a stop here, because you don't want to go in at halftime down more than 17. That's a tough hill to climb back up.
So out comes Smith in that offense. You got Blunt going deep in the eye. Smith under center. They're going to hand it to Roman on a end around. Roman's going to be stacked up, maybe a pickup of 2.
Nice job on defense by Harlan, 91, senior defensive end, to stop the momentum and really mitigate that, because if he doesn't make that play, he's gone for at least 5-10 yards.
He really is. He's going to bring up a 2nd down and 9.
6:20 left in the first half.
Smith is going to go shotgun with Asensio to his right. He's going to go down to the left, completes it to Roman. Roman's going to go out of bounds down at about the 39-yard line.
Hilgendorf came up on that. They have Tardio. I noticed they've got Keaton Tardio playing corner tonight, it looks like. So he just, nice play faker. You know, the quarterback was able to look him off, and he's got a decent arm.
So it's going to be a pickup of 17 and another first down for the Pride. Out comes Smith. You're going that I formation. Asensio as the fullback. Blunt as the tailback. They're going to hand it off to Blunt. He's going to just kind of pile drive himself up the left-hand side there for a pickup of about 4 on the play.
So down to the 34-yard line. Devontae was in. Boom was in on that. Got Aaron Cook checking into the ball game. Keaton Tardio coming out. All right, boys, need a play here.
Smith is going to go shotgun. Blunt to his right, Asensio to his left. Going to roll to his right. He's got some pressure. How do you not call holding on that?
Pretty good wheels on that QB. Heading to UNLV, caught the edge, and you're right. It looked like it was a little sideways.
How do you not call holding on that?
Yeah.
And the ref is standing right there. I mean, that's a horrible non-call.
That's going to be good enough for first down. That's the challenge with this quarterback. He's their second leading rusher on their ball club, and he's averaging close to 100 a game, if memory serves. No, more than that, actually. So you really have to try to keep him contained. But if you're getting hit in the side like that from the tackle, it makes it a little bit bigger of a challenge.
When you have as an offensive player, if you have your arm extended as that guy's trying to get away, that's holding. Your arm cannot extend out.
I would agree with you, Nate. All right, on that, we're going to go back to a sponsor shout-out real quickly during the timeout. This time we're going to go back to Grimaldi's at DC Ranch. Visit Grimaldi's Pizzeria to experience their Roman pizza and calzones baked to perfection from their signature coal brick oven. The perfect gathering place after the game, located conveniently in DC Ranch. That's Grimaldi's. 5 minutes, 20 seconds left in the first half. Your Pioneers down 17-0. Mountain Pointe ranked 4th in the state by the Arizona Republic. So the second highest ranked team. Chandler, of course, number 1. It's a tough. The first 5 games, it's just a tough.
Chandler,
run.
Centennial, Hamilton. Well, Hamilton will jump Centennial because they beat them last night.
Right, and then Mountain Pointe and then us. Yeah. And I think we're a better football team than what we're showing so far. So
out comes Smith. He's going to go in that abbreviated shotgun. They're going to hand it off to Blunt on the sweep. Blunt's going to try to get to the outside. Got a little bit of running room. Cuts back to the inside and going to go down after a pickup of about 9, it looks like.
Alex Flood and Justin Mandrola on the tackle. Trent Miller checking in. Cole Jewell coming out. Going to bring up, 2nd and 2? Does that sound about right, Nate?
They're calling it 2nd and 1.
Really need a big play here, folks.
Yes, we do.
4:40 left in the first half.
Yes, we do. Blunt's going to go deep. Going to be a handoff to Blunt. Cuts it back to the inside, and he's going to pick up about 3, call it 4 on the play. Enough for the first down.
Mandrola again on the tackle. You know, they really mix it up. They a couple of dive plays right up the middle.
Yep.
Then they hit the edge on their sweeps. Then they throw in some counters. So when you look at what they're doing on offense, there's not just one thing that they're trying to do. They really mix it up. So it's going to be 1st and goal from about the 8.
It's going to be a pitch out to Blunt. Blunt cuts it back to the inside. He's going to pick up about another, let's call it 6, down to the 4.
Bring up 2nd goal from the 4. And this becomes big here if you can try to hold him to a field goal.
Yeah.
Folks, we're on the road, so we don't have the live stats updates tonight like we normally do at home. But the first half, really, it's total yardage, time of possession, pretty much everything. We're on the wrong end of the spectrum.
Yep. So 331, 330 and counting. We go split backs. Smith's going to go under center, going to hand it to Asensio, and he gets absolutely leveled. Loss of about 2 on the play.
Welcome back to defense, Mr. Ferrara.
Brings up 3rd and goal from the 6.
Nick Ferrara just made a fantastic play.
It's a big stop right here.
That was a big play.
Yep.
I don't know if defensive coordinator Mike Lamano sent him on a blitz that time or if he just sniffed it out and did that on his own.
It's a great play nonetheless. Smith is going to go shotgun, trips to the right. Smith's going to roll to his right. Passes it incomplete. And that's going to bring up a 4th and goal from the 6. So interesting decision here by Mountain Pointe. You think they'll kick the field goal or go for it? Yep, kick the field goal.
Yeah, they're going to send him in. And if they hit it, 2:43 left in the half. That'll be a 20-0 lead. Still enough time for our Pioneers to try to assemble a drive. And we got a couple of first downs last time. If we can limp into halftime down 20-7.
Yeah. And we do get the ball first in the second half.
Correct. So it'd be a huge, huge change in momentum.
Yeah. Get a score here, score again, and now you're only a score down. So Johnson in for the extra point or for the field goal. It's going to be about a 25-yarder.
Pretty good leg on that kid.
They're calling it a 23-yard field goal, so it's good. With 2:38 left here in the first half, it's the home Mountain Pointe Pride 20, your Pinnacle Pioneers 0.
All right, with that change of with that field goal, we'll come back. Go back to our championship sponsor. That's Chapman Ford. There's a lot of places in the valley where you can buy a Ford, but only one gives you the Chapman choice, savings, selection, and service. That's Chapman Ford on McDowell Road in Scottsdale, home of the Chapman choice. This is big, Nate. This is a big drive.
It is.
If nothing else, for momentum and confidence boosters, they seem a little flat.
They do.
You know, and again, that was a highly emotional ball game last week, and you know, you get enough of those one after another. You have to really guard against that.
We've had a brutal schedule this first 5 games.
Yeah, no question. I don't think a lot of people in the state would have expected the Pioneers to beat Saguaro and Brophy in those first games. I mean, I think that surprised a lot of people around the state.
Yes, it did.
Velcro Vaughn, that's Anthony Vaughn back to return.
Johnson in to kick for the Pride. Johnson kick is up. Vaughn should get great field position here. He's going to catch at the 15, 20, waits for his blocks, tries to cut back outside, cuts back inside, and is going to go down at about the 26.
You know, Anthony likes to, he kind of stutter steps a little bit. Where's the hole going to be? Where's the hole going to be? And then he takes off. You know, he hasn't been able to find that crease tonight yet.
No.
So 2:32 on the clock left in the first half. And out comes the Snake, Spencer Rattler again. Big series for your Pinnacle Pioneers, no question.
So Griggs is going to come in at the running back position. They're going to go trips. Actually, they're going to go tight end with Cash to the right. Twins to the left. Going to be a handoff to Griggs. He's going to cut it outside, cuts it back to the inside, cuts it back to the outside, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and is going to be gang tackled after a pickup of about 4 out to the 29-yard line.
He's a tough runner on the inside, isn't he?
He really is. Oh, he's big.
We call him Grizzly. Nate and I were walking into the stadium, and, of course, the kids are all coming by us. And first time I've seen him up close like that, and there's no doubt his beard blows yours away.
I know.
It's not even close.
Decent beard.
It's not even close.
So here we go. Rattler's going to go shotgun. Griggs behind him. Rattler back to pass, looking to his left. And going to complete it out to Anthony Vaughn. Enough for the first down. Breaks a tackle and is going to go out of bounds. Smart move. Stops the clock.
What's amazing about that, and you saw it coming right into the camera at home, folks, is the arm strength on a 14-year-old kid to make that throw. That's a 15-yard out pattern. And he's showing off his cannon a little bit there. Nice throw, nice catch. Anthony Vaughn with a huge week last week. I think he had 8 catches for 85 yards and a touch last week.
So here we go. We're going to go 1st and 10 from the 41. Rattler in shotgun. Griggs deep. Rattler's looking to his right. Going to Oh, intended for number 13.
I believe that's Spawn, isn't it?
No,
Or no, that's
DeVault.
Andrew Hollywood DeVault. Had a solid year so far this year.
And it's going to be just incomplete, just out of the outstretched hands. Nice effort by DeVault.
He's limping
So
a little
second
bit.
and 10.
1:31 left on the clock, folks, in the first half.
Be nice to get some points out of here, even if it's a field goal.
Agreed.
Rattler in shotgun. Looking to his right, got some time, and it's going to go down.
Yeah.
Loss of
Spencer.
about 5, maybe 6 on the play.
Mountain Pointe's got a good defensive line. They only rushed 4. The pocket just collapsed, and usually Spencer's pretty elusive and can get out of that. In that case, he couldn't.
Yeah.
So 1:07 and counting. Now we come up with a very difficult 3rd and 15.
Rattler's going to go shotgun. Griggs behind him, going to roll to his right, try to bide some time. And he's going to get pressure and taken down
Thought he could get there on a zone.
for a loss of about another 2. Going to bring up 4th at about 17 or 18.
Well, and the clock stopped now with 43 seconds. I'm sure in practice this week they worked on punt protection. We had one blocked last week
Their
against Brophy.
linebackers are fast.
Team speed, yeah.
Holy
Yeah, no
cow.
question.
He rolled out there, and that guy was on him before he could even set his feet. I mean, they are fast. And it's interesting, if you watch, they run a 3-4, right?
No, they have a 4-man line.
Well,
they kind of go back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, they rotate it back and forth. But regardless, their line really just holds up the offensive line, and their backers just come with all force. A lot of team speed down here in the East Valley.
You know, we've got pretty good team speed ourselves.
We
It's
do.
Here's the thing, though, and in years past, we always had the best team speed in the North Valley.
Yeah.
And then when it would come playoff time and we would tangle with somebody like a Mountain Pointe or a Chandler, a little bit of shock on the field when you're going,
Yeah.
well, okay, these guys are pretty quick.
Well, it's just like, Chandler, that very first play to Lucas, he gets
Yeah.
to the outside and boom, he's gone. I mean, those guys are 4-3 guys. I mean, it's
NFL speed.
NFL speed. You don't see a whole lot of that, even down in the East Valley. So McGuire's in to kick. You got Roman back, and number 1,
Good punt. My goodness.
Sheen Churchwell, and Roman's going to go down at about the
And late penalty
18.
flag. Late penalty flag coming in. Boy, did he boom that. Jeff got a
Yeah.
hold of that one. Great hang time on that thing. I think he kicked that, Nate, correct me if I'm wrong, from about the 25, and it
Yep.
landed at the 20.
Line of
So-
scrimmage was at the 32 or 31-yard line, so that's 19,
About a 50-yard punt.
49-yard punt
Yeah.
from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, 50-yard punt, and the hang time on that thing was impressive.
Yeah, his punting the last 2 games, he's gotten some incredible hang time.
Yeah, he has. So he gets that nice spiral on there on a lot of his kicks. So 34 seconds left, and it's been a challenging first half to say the least. Pretty important here not to allow anything else to happen. And we'll be curious to see if Mountain Pointe, they've got a D1 quarterback and they've got a lot of speed. If they're going to try to, with 34 seconds left, try to come down and put a drive together.
Well, they don't really. I don't think they can really put much of a drive together, but they can certainly.
Well, yeah, a short drive.
Yeah, they can certainly, with their speed, try to go deep, I would think.
Double wide, he's going. He's going.
So Smith is going to go shotgun, blunt in motion. Smith's going to just carry it up the middle and going to be taken down for a pickup of about 5, it looks like, out to about the 12.
Number 44, Drew Dixon, leading tackler for your
13.
Pioneers on that stop, Captain Air Force. And it looks like Mountain Pointe.
They're content just running out
Yeah.
the clock with a 20-0 lead, I think.
Oh, they're going to go up top.
Smith's got some pressure, wrangles out to the left.
That's a block.
He's
in
at the
back.
30 and going to go out about the 31.
2 seconds left
Yeah.
on the clock, so
There's
there's
a
still a
block in
tiny
the
bit of
back.
time.
Finally, they called one.
Did they call it that
Yeah.
time finally?
There's a flag right there, so it's going to come back.
Okay. When the announcers spot it, that you would think that one of the 3 guys in the stripes might too. 4, I guess. So the penalty will move him back, and with only 2 seconds left on the clock.
You know, it's interesting. We have 5 referees here tonight. Usually we have 4.
Is there 5 on the
There's
field?
5
Yeah,
on
you're
the
right.
field.
There is.
And
Okay.
how do you miss a 12 people on the field call?
Hey, you know what? It's the East Valley map.
Well, the
Nate.
AIA is here.
You've heard of the new map?
Yeah.
This is the East Valley map.
Yeah, that's right. The AIA is filming the game, so it'll be interesting because there's their camera in the end zone.
And we're broadcasting from the stands tonight, folks. We're usually up on top of the booth, so we're hearing all the fans too.
Yeah. So they're content taking a knee, and that'll be halftime. So it's the Mountain Pointe Pride,
Mountain Pointe
20,
Pride.
and your Pinnacle Pioneers 0. We're going to take a break here at halftime because it's just the 2 of us.
Right. We'll see you in a while, folks.
Steve, you're right. Stats right there.
Once again, fans, make sure to stick around as we introduce you to this year.
Just roll it, Steve. Just roll it.
Welcome back, folks. This is Todd Dixon with Nate Nordstrom. And halftime almost over. Your Pinnacle Pioneers down 20-0 to the Mountain Pointe Pride. And Nate, just a lot of miscues. Well, we haven't really seen a whole lot this year from the boys.
Yeah, we just haven't been able to get anything going on offense. And, the defense has played pretty well. I mean, if you think about it, it could be as high as 35-0.
Yeah.
And they've done a good job on 2 drives with 1st and goal inside the 10, holding them to field goals. So
they've done a decent job against the stud running back that they have. They've done a decent job there. Really, where they're getting killed on the ground is from the quarterback. When he breaks contain, he had that long touchdown run early in the first quarter. And the kid's good, don't get me wrong. I mean, he's got a full ride to UNLV. That he's committed there, and he's ranked one of the top 25 athletes in the game of high school football throughout the state of Arizona. So certainly no slouch. And team speed, you called it. Their linebackers are closing the gap quickly to where it's difficult to catch the edge for the running backs.
Yep.
And we've seen, for the first time since week 1, Spencer actually has been off cue a couple of times. He threw a pick, first time we'd seen that in a while. So in any event, but Pinnacle, you talk about this a lot. Halftime adjustments. They do a great job with halftime adjustments.
They really do.
We're not out of this thing, really. It's 3 scores. It's 3 touchdowns.
Well, and we got the ball first here in the second half, so that's a big plus for us.
Big drive, too. We were moving the ball in the first quarter. The first quarter was, let's call it what it was. It was pretty ugly. I mean, we had 2 series on offense. We couldn't get a first down. And the defense was just on the field the entire time. They finally started to wear down. So I'll be curious to see what adjustments, the coaches come up with. They do a tremendous job with that typically. So, hopefully we can come Chapman forward on home of the Chapman choice. And Velcro Vaughn, is he back deep?
He's going to go back deep. Johnson's going to kick off for the Pride. And this will be the start of the second half. Johnson kick is up. And Vaughn's going to take it at the 5. He's at the 10. Back up to the middle and gets tackled down there at about the 14 or 15. They're going to mark him at the 15.
Not a whole lot of room. You know, the kick return squad tonight, the holes haven't been opened as much as they typically are. And part of that is the speed that you see coming from the other side.
So out comes Spencer, the Snake Rattler, in that Pinnacle Live offense. Hopefully we can get some
things on track.
Some things on track here.
Spencer coming off of back-to-back 300-yard games last week against a good Brophy defense, and then the week before against Mountain View. So let's see if he can get on track here in the second half.
Looks like they're going to go with Dixon and Griggs in the backfield. Going to be a handoff to Dixon. He's going to cut it back to the left side. He's got some running room, breaks another tackle, cuts it up. He's at the 30, breaks another tackle, and is going to be brought down about the 37-yard line after a pickup of 27. That's the longest run of the night.
Great job by Drew Dixon. He's hobbling a little bit. He's going to come out. Nick Ferrara going in. Boy, for a big guy, he's got some pretty nifty moves, doesn't he?
He does.
You know, on the year, Dixon, second leading rusher, 143 yards with an average of 4.9 per carry.
So Griggs now moves to the deep back. Farrar at fullback. Going to hand it off to Griggs. He's going to follow Farrar. He's got a little bit of running room, cuts it back to the inside, and he's going to pick up about 3.
Tough running. You know, and again, you go back to that speed of the linebackers. They close those holes in a hurry when they come out from the second level.
And their linebackers are as big as their linemen.
They're pretty good-sized boys, yes.
Good-sized linebackers.
It showed up when you muted me.
So 2nd and 8. Griggs is going to be the deep back.
And knocked down at the line.
Rattler's pass was intended for, that was going to go to Farrar.
Trying to get the fullback into the flats, and just an athletic play on defense. And Spencer, I don't think Spencer knew that kid could leap that way, because he's pretty fortunate, actually. That wasn't a pick.
Yeah, that could have gone the other way for a pick 6, that's for sure. So 3rd down and 8. Spencer's going to go in shotgun. Farrar deep in the backfield. Spencer back to pass, looking downfield. Where's the pass interference on that? There we go.
There comes the hanky.
And that's going to give us enough for a 1st down and keep the drive going. Finally, we're getting some calls our way.
Dalton Cash was the intended receiver. Dalton
had that big reception in the first half.
Probably our best offensive play, actually, looking back on it. That's going to be helpful. That'll bring up an automatic 1st down.
Yep. Pretty hard to miss that one.
Yeah. You kind of
although they've missed the holding. So
here's the deal: if the player gets pushed into your feet and you're wearing stripes, the hanky's got to come out.
It's got to come out.
It has to,
especially when the ball's in the air,
I would think
intended for him.
Here's your sign.
Here we go. We're now in Mountain Pointe territory at the 47. Spencer is going to go shotgun. Going to hand it off to Griggs. Griggs has got a hole. He breaks through it and going to take it down to about the 40. Pickup of about 7. Good running room. Nice lead block by the Diesel Ferrari.
I like how they do that. You know, you've got Nick Ferrara, Drew Dixon, and Griggs. They're all three. You know, Nick and Drew especially power backs, but Griggs is a pretty good-sized boy himself, and only a sophomore. He's going to be fun to watch the next couple of years.
He will be. So now they're going to move Farrar to that fullback position. Griggs is going to go deep. Rattler's going to go under center. They're going to give it to Farrar, and he's going to be piled up right at the line of scrimmage. So gain of nothing. Going to bring up 3rd and about 3.
Big number 75. They got their own version of Boom, I think. That's a big boy.
Yes, it is.
The battle in the trenches, both last week and this week, but the linemen on both sides, they've got their hands full.
Spencer's going to go shotgun now with Griggs deep. They're going to hand it off to Griggs. Griggs got a little bit of running. Breaks it up to the inside. He's all the way down to the 30. That's going to pick up of about 8 for enough for a 1st down.
Well, this is what we need.
This is a good drive we've got going right now.
We've got to capitalize on it. We've got to get some points on the board.
Got a good mixture of run and pass.
Spencer, getting him in the right spot.
So going to go split backs, shotgun Spencer. He's going to pitch it out to Anthony Vaughn, and Anthony Vaughn is going to drop the ball right at the 25.
Took a pretty good shot from Keyshawn Churchwell on defense. He's actually one of their highest rated defensive players, number 1.
Yeah.
Coming in, big expectations coming in for the year for him. So 2nd and 10.
Spencer's going to hand it off to Griggs. Griggs is going to pile drive himself down for a pickup of about 5.
You know what they're doing?
23-yard line.
They're following Cucumber and Big Ben on the left-hand side of the line, which makes a lot of sense. That's both returning starters. Kent Columber, number 65, is a senior, and Big Ben, number 77, a junior. Both of them tipped the scales at a couple of pizzas shy of probably 280. Going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Going to roll out, pitch it out to Diesel Farrar, and Farrar's going to get down to about, pick up maybe a yard. It's going to bring up 4th and about 3. I think you kind of have to go for it here, don't you?
I think so, yeah. You're at the 23-yard line. So it's going to be 4th and 3. You know, Spencer that time, he got it to Nick pretty quickly. And again, the speed of those linebackers, they just came up and closed on it quickly.
Going to be a handoff to Griggs, and Griggs is going to find some running room, get across the 20. Boy, that's going to be close.
It's going to be really, really close.
They're marking it behind the 20. It's not going to be enough for the first. That one ref, boy, they moved it back. Oh, nope, they're going to give it to him.
How about that?
Wow. I thought when he moved it back there, we were done.
I thought we might at least see a measurement on that.
We'll take it.
Fortuitous. We're in. I think he had it, though. Again, the spot wasn't the most favorable, so. So 1st and 10.
Griggs is going to carry it down to about the 15, pickup of another 5.
The Grizzlies, he's liking the sledding on the left side of that line right now. He's going to bring up 2nd, what'd you say, about 6, Nate?
Yes.
7:50 left in the 3rd quarter. So we've taken the opening drive. We've run about, I don't know, 4, a little over, close to 5 minutes off the clock, I guess, a little over 4.
Be a handoff to Griggs. He's going to go to the outside, cuts it back to the inside, and he's going to pick up about another about 2 or 3 on the play. Going to bring up 3rd down, and let's call it 3.
Close to 1st down yardage, depending on the spot.
They're going to call it 2.
Yeah, 3rd and 2.
It's kind of the way that Mountain Pointe ran their first series of the first half. We're now down to 7 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. Rattler's going to go shotgun. Going to fake it to Griggs. He's got some.
He's going to go down. Number 39.
I think both backs went to the right.
That's Brown, the senior for him. Looked like a busted coverage, and that, wow, that's going to bring up 4th and. Wow, 4th and 13, 4th and 14. And down 20. You
got to go for it.
Yeah, as opposed to kicking the field goal. You got to give it a shot. But I'm not sure what happened on that. Mountain Pointe came into this game with a lot of sacks, though. And they've got one kid, number 11. Watch him. He had 5.5 sacks.
He's already got 3
games.
tonight.
He had 5.5 coming in.
So we're going to go spread. Griggs deep. Shotgun.
And intercepted.
I don't know why he would have intercepted.
Yeah,
it. Just let the ball go.
Yeah. Well, all right, defense. So we're still got a goose egg on the scoreboard. It's going to come. We need some momentum changers, and it's going to have to come from defense. And on that one, it looked like Spencer thought that he was going to come back for it. So the receiver
there was a mix-up on the route.
I think the receiver ran the fade pattern.
They were crossed,
and Spencer threw the curl. So back on D we go. And could really, really use a turnover here. Right up the gut. Did you see Boom on that play?
I know.
So they tried to test the left side of our defensive line, and Devontae Drayton, they got by him a little bit, but he took his big right paw out, and he was pulling the guy backwards like you see in cartoon characters. A couple other guys in there as well. It's going to minimal yardage, maybe a yard, so bring up 2nd and 9 from the 9-yard line. Be a shotgun, and they're going to hand it off over to the right-hand side. Tries to string it out. Great job by the defense.
Great job by the defense. There's going to be a loss of about 3 on that play.
Much better job of holding their stud running back from getting to the edge. And Alex Flood came up to help in on that. And the left side of that defensive line, got to see who they've got over there. If they have Mr. Ohio, that's Stedman. Big kid, 6'4", 225. Cole Jewell over there as well. Corner came up to support. Creates 3rd and 11.
Yep.
Well, a 3 and out would certainly be helpful.
So this is going to be a big 3rd down and 11 for the Pioneer defense. Smith is going to go shotgun. He's going to look to the right, going to go deep, and caught and dropped by Roman. Nope, by Brooks.
That was a heck of a throw.
That was a heck of a throw.
It really was. You know, Pinnacle was in cover too, so you had the corners playing a little bit more up towards the line, maybe 4 yards off the ball, and it was a simple out and up seam pattern. And that quarterback threw it exactly where it needed to be. And
so that was a big stop, though, for your defense.
And now we've got Sarah Pena Robinson back to field the punt.
He's going to stand at about the 43-yard line of...
What do you call him, the X Factor?
The X Factor. He's going to move up to 40.
Low kick should be returned. Oh, fair catch. That's all right.
Good call.
Yeah, that's okay. You know, it's great field position. I mean, we got 1st and 10 from the 40. We're down 3 scores, 20-0, but there's 4:43 left in the 3rd quarter. We've just got to figure out a way to not kill ourselves.
We've been in the red zone twice now. We threw an interception and then, got sacked, and
it comes back exactly, Nate. It comes back to the sacks.
Actually, 2 interceptions now because they called that kid actually intercepted the ball.
Well, coming into tonight, Mountain Pointe was averaging 3.5 sacks a game, so they're very active on that defensive line. And number 11 is a kid to watch. He's not that big. He's about 195.
No.
So he's one of the smaller, quick D linemen you see once in a while.
Rattler's going to roll to his right. He's got some running room and going to slide down with a pickup of about 1.
Was that a design? I wasn't sure if that was a design right now. You had receivers out, and I see Anthony Vaughn coming back to the line.
Yeah, number 11 for Mountain Pointe is Dylan Goulet, a 6-foot, 194-pound senior. That's not real big for a defensive lineman.
I have an affinity for those smaller D linemen.
So they're going to give him 2 on the play. 2nd and 8 for your Pioneers. Griggs is going to be deep. They're going to hand it to Griggs. He's got a little bit of running room to the outside. Breaks it again. Another tackle comes up and punches it forward for a pickup of...
Late penalty.
Well, that's a late penalty flag.
Not sure if it's getting chippy down there or what happened. Good piece of running by Griggs, though. I like his patience.
I like that. He was very it looks like it's going to be a personal foul against Mountain Pointe. So that's going to give us another 15 yards after that pickup of about 7 because we were looking at about 3rd and 1. I don't know what happened there. What was the personal foul for?
The coaches were pointing to something. There might have been a late hit or something
hit out of bounds, maybe?
Maybe so. There was something going on the sideline, but that's certainly going to help us out with 4:06.
We'll take it down. It's going to move the ball all the way down to the 16-yard line, which is nice because it gives us opportunity to get 1st and goal inside the 6.
Now we've just got to figure out a way to punch it in the end zone.
I think if we can punch it in and get some momentum going, the way our defense played that last series, this game could turn pretty quickly.
It could. It's not out of reach by any stretch.
Spencer the Snake Rattler is going to go shotgun. Griggs to his right. Ferrari to his left. And, what a catch.
Nice job by Cash.
That was actually almost intercepted and bounced up, and Cash caught it. So that was a nice pickup of, looks like they're going to give him about 6 or 7. 6 on the play, so 2nd and 4 from the 11-yard line of Mountain Pointe. Diesel Ferrari is going to move deep in the backfield. Going to be a handoff to Diesel. He's going to go to the right side, and we got some movement or something. We got a penalty flag there.
So that big 75 on defense, we said, that looked like a mountain.
Yes.
Look at this, Nate.
He's a freshman?
Matthew Palomau, 6'2", 289 freshman.
Holy.
So you got Spencer on one side. Wow. That's a big kid.
That is a
How's a 14-year-old kid weigh 289 and move like that?
Well, he's Samoan, and Samoans are big.
Yeah, the highest percentage of NFL players. Like there's a little island down there.
That's
Main
something.
occupation, I play in the NFL.
That's something.
They do the census reports. So is this on the Pioneers? Illegal procedure?
I think it was it's good. They're saying one of the receivers lined too many men were lined up on the line of scrimmage.
Okay, so that's going to create second and 9 for us.
Yeah, it's just going to back us up 5.
We keep shooting ourselves in the foot when we get
do.
into the red zone.
We do. So we're going to go Dixon and Griggs. It looks like Dixon's going to be the deep back. Griggs is going to be the fullback. Rattler in shotgun. Going to be a handoff to Dixon. Dixon's going to bust through a couple guys, carry him down to the 10.
Good piece of tough running.
Pick up another 5.
You know, it wasn't a big push there, so there wasn't a giant hole. He kind of created it just with some good, powerful running.
Yep. So it's going to be third down and about 4.
You've got, you've got Captain Air Force in there, this time going in the tailback, and Griggs in the fullback.
Going to hand it off to Dix. He's going to follow his blocks, get to the outside, breaks another tackle, carries 2 more guys all the way down to about the 1-yard line.
That's a great piece of running.
Great piece of run.
A lot of pride. You know, Drew Dixon, one of the leaders on this team, a senior. These kids are used to having a lot of success. You look up at not a very good first half. I think they would all agree. You know, so it's good to see the fighting spirit from Drew.
But score here. We're not out
we're
of
right
this.
back in it. No, right back in it.
Dixon's going to be deep. Farrar's going to be in front. Going to be handoff to Dixon. He's got it. Wow, he is right at the goal line from the mark I see over here on the right.
So that's going to bring up
second goal from about the half-foot line.
You're going to go under center or shotgun?
I think you just go shotgun here and I think you just blast it. Going to be a handoff to Dixon, and he's going to take it. Oh, he's going to get stopped right at the line again. So it's going to be third down and goal. I mean, this is right at the goal line.
It is. You've got to punch it in here. You've got 2 downs. You've got to punch this in. Stout. They're stout on that D-line. I was watching the O-line on that. They got a good push. They fired off the ball quickly. But there's some beef on the other side of the ball.
So here we go. Shotgun with Dixon deep. Going to be handoff to Dixon, and I think he's going to punch it that time.
Yes.
There we go.
Right.
Touchdown, Pinnacle.
We're on the board, ladies and
1:35
gentlemen.
left in the third quarter. This is going to change the game a little bit here, but we got to have a stop this. Got to have another defensive stop.
Have to contain their 2 weapons on offense, which is their quarterback and their running back. But 1:35 left in the third quarter, and it's going to get interesting now.
Well, and Dixon is hobbling, which is not a good sign with him having to be on defense.
Good piece of tough running by Drew.
Kick is up, and it's good.
McGuire boots it through.
And with 1:35 left in the third quarter, it's the Mountain Pointe Pride 20, your Pinnacle Pioneers 7.
Well, that's the way you want to come out after halftime, though. Again, we talk about that. They saw some things that they liked with adjustments. You're not seeing Spencer trying to go deep on them. I mean, it's really more of a ground and pound kind of approach, mixed in with some short throws and some different things. And let's see if we can hold them. Now, let's go back out to some sponsor shout-outs, folks. We'll start with our championship-level sponsor, and that is Chapman Ford. A lot of places in the valley where you can buy a Ford, but only one gives you the Chapman choice, savings, selection, and service. That's Chapman Ford on McDowell Road in Scottsdale, home of the Chapman choice. And here we go, kickoff.
So back deep, you've got number 8, Blunt, and number
That's 7?
6, I think, Roman.
Yeah, Ralph Roman. All right, hit squad.
What?
Let's get some good coverage here.
So McGuire's kick is going to be up. It's going to be a short kick. going to be taken at the 20, 30. He's got a gap and going to bring it out to about the 40-yard line.
Nice tackle on special teams, Mandrella.
And that ball was returned by number 17, Rashi Hodge.
It's going to give him fairly good field position, though, so it's going to be important here to – another 3 and out would be just what the doctor ordered. I mean, 13-point ball game now, so stats-wise, we've dominated the third quarter. I mean, they've only had 3 plays on offense so far. So where a turnover would be nice. They're going to come out Twins right, quick throw over to the right, and coming up on run support.
Brooks is going to take it out to about the 46-yard line, so a pickup of about 6 on the play for the Pride.
Like Keaton Tardio on the tackle. Bring up a 2nd and 4. Be curious to see if Mountain Pointe keeps just.
I think they're going to try to burn out the clock. They're going to try to they're going to do their short passing game. They're going to try to complete passes that are highly efficient. They don't want the clock stopping. Blunt's got the ball to the outside. He's going to be tackled out of bounds at about the 49-yard line of Pinnacle, so that's going to be enough for another first down for the Pride.
Nick Ferrara checking back in on defense. Riley Hamill coming out. Great to have Nick back there. You know, Nick didn't play much defense last year. He was a feature back, running back. But he knows how to play linebacker. The kid's a hitter.
They're going to mark it actually at the 50, so.
1 minute, 15 seconds left, third quarter.
Smith is going to go under center. Brooks is going to be deep. Asensio is going to be the fullback. Going to be a fake to Brooks. He's going to go deep for Palomalu.
Got him.
And he's going to take it all the way down to about the 3-yard line.
Good throw. Good catch. Obviously, they got behind the secondary on that play. You had Tardio back there on coverage in addition to.
There had to have been some confusion because he was behind both the safety and the corner on that one.
Yeah. He had time to throw, too, though. Not a lot of pressure on him. And, he's a Division I college quarterback being recruited, so he's got a cannon for an arm. 1 minute and counting. So now it becomes important to do whatever you can to try to keep him out of the end zone.
Going to be a handoff to Brooks. He cuts it back to the inside untouched. And touchdown, Mountain Pointe.
So they came right back on us, 27 and 26-7. Well, they hadn't really. That's the first time all night I've seen that deep post pattern thrown, if memory serves.
That wasn't a deep post. That was just a fly.
Was it just a fade route? Just a go route?
Just a go route. He was lined up on the right side, and he just went. The two safeties for Pinnacle after the play were kind of talking to each other there. There was definitely a mix-up on the coverage. So Robinson in to kick. Extra point is up, and it's good.
So 49 seconds left in the third quarter. Pinnacle back down by 20. Now the clock really starts coming into play. I mean, you're 3 scores down. So
you know what's interesting is as dominant as Mountain Pointe is, their stands aren't even very full. Which is
not like Pinnacle.
It's not like Pinnacle. I mean, that's the same size as Pinnacle's grandstands, and ours are like completely packed with no sitting. I mean, you can't.
Wow,
walk.
last week's game was insane. there had to have been 3,000 people.
All three home games this year have been crazy.
Well, and that's a shout out to the Pinnacle Crazies. We've got a couple of them on the road here supporting, but at those home games, boy, they're a lot of fun to watch. And they went ballistic when McGuire hit that free throw, field goal last week. They went ballistic.
So back deep is going to be Anthony Velcro Vaughn, standing at about his 5-yard line. Robinson's going to kick off for the Pride. It's going to be an important series for the Pioneers to try to get back into this and keep it within reach going into the fourth quarter. Robinson's kicks up.
That's deep.
And, nope, they're going to call it a touchback.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good leg. So Spencer Rattler, the freshman quarterback, number 2, coming out to lead the Pioneers.
And I'm going to do a shout out to his Aunt Kim in Rochester, Minnesota.
There you go, another Minnesota.
So I talked to Spencer's mom last week, and she says that she tunes in every Friday night. So I thought I would say hello, Kim. Glad that you're joining us.
You know, you look back on the year, Mountain Pointe, 24-12 over Marcos Deniza, 43-40 over Bakersfield, California, 54-3 over Boulder Creek and Anthem, and then a 42-29 over Basha.
So Spencer Rattler's going to be in shotgun. Deep is going to be Griggs. They're going to hand it off to Griggs. He cuts it back up into the middle, and it's going to be brought down after a pickup of about 2, it looks like, out to the 20. 2. Looks like he's marking it.
Griggs has gotten a lot of action tonight, hasn't he?
He has. Actually, they're going to give him no gain on that, so it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10.
You've got number 25, Friedman, the pinball, checking in.
Griggs is going to stay in as the deep back. Going to hand it off to Griggs. He's going to try to go up the left side, pick up maybe a yard or 2.
So they're going to create, what, 3rd and 7?
Yep.
3rd and 8. 5 seconds left in the quarter, folks. I think they're just going to let it run down. So heading into the 4th quarter, you're going to find your Pioneers down by 20 with the ball with a 3rd and long at their own, I don't know, 22, 23, somewhere in there.
Looks like it's going to be at the 22.
So as the old saying goes, we got a little work to do this final quarter. Mountain Pointe, traditionally one of the tougher D1 schools in the state. We were talking about that earlier. They won state. You see that state champions thing on your screen there. They won state 2 years ago. And if memory serves, weren't they top 5 in the country? They were close.
That year they ended up number 3 or 4.
3rd or 4th in the country for all high school football teams.
Yeah, they went undefeated that year. Nobody
anybody stayed with their
Hamilton took them. Hamilton took the first like in 7 in a stake, and it was by a touchdown. I mean, it was a close game. So. And they had to come back. Hamilton was up, and they actually came back and won. And that was like the 3rd or 4th game of the year, and then they just ran the table. I mean, nobody was even close. They had those 2 backs, those 2 running backs. They just –
well, one was the fastest kid in the country. We saw him last year in the playoffs. It was ridiculous. He ran like a 4.2.
Lucas.
Yeah, 4.2 something.
Lucas. Yeah, he was insane.
All right, boys, let's put it together. This is a big down. 3rd and 8. Down by 20, 12 minutes left in the ballgame.
So we're going to start the 4th quarter here. We're going to go Griggs deep in the backfield, shotgun with Rattler. Rattler's back to pass, looking to his left, steps up, and boy, 17, man, that kid can jump.
He's got some hops, doesn't he? That's the 3rd ball I've seen knocked down at the line. And that's going to be a maturation process for Spencer Rattler.
Yeah.
Freshman quarterback, and it's going to bring up a punting situation, so McGuire comes in. He's had some nice punts tonight, I will say that.
McGuire has.
Memory serves, he booted one of them about 50, 55 yards in the air.
So back deep for Mountain Pointe is going to be number 1, Keyshawn Churchwell, and number 6, Ralph Roman. Oh, that's a dangerous catch. He's going to catch it right at the 41-yard line of the Pride. So another nice punt by.
We gained 40 yards in field position on that. And again, very good hang time. Defense heading back out on the field. 11:47 left in the ball game.
I think if I had to do it all over again, looking back, I'd be a punter or kicker.
Pretty good life, huh?
Pretty decent life. I mean, look at Janikowski. I mean, he's still kicking 15 years later. Smith's going to be under center, going to hand it to Blunt. Blunt's going to try to get to the outside. There's no room. Great job by the defensive ends tonight containing him from getting outside.
Good pursuit, and good job by the backers coming up to Phil. Trying to get a number there. Nice play. So DeVault in there. Is DeVault on defense? There was 4 or 5 guys on the tackle that time.
Yes, there was. So Smith is going to go shotgun. Asensio to his right. They're going to pitch it out to Brooks, it looks like. Brooks is going to, and they're going to get a holding on that, so it's going to come back. Holding on the receiver out there.
Interesting. You're seeing Friedman a little more on defense now. He's the back that you see going there. We call the pinball. He's made a couple of nice plays on defense.
I think they're rotating him, Dixon and Farrar, both on offense and defense, trying to keep them fresh. So we're going to back them up 10 yards. Going to put us second down and about, let's call it 13.
Yeah, Drew Dixon's not on defense right now, Nate. So you called it earlier, got a little hobbled. Or they're saving him for offense, one of the two.
So Smith is going to go shotgun, Asensio to his left, spread formation. And they're going to, oh man, and he broke away. But not this time.
No.
And they're going to tackle him for an 8-yard loss.
Atta baby. Mandrola.
Baby Mandrola. And did you see Drayton?
Stedman came in off the edge, number 8.
No, but did you see the boom? The boom almost got to him.
Oh, did he?
That's how much, boy, that kid can move for as big as he is.
What did we say? He's not the fridge. He's the whole
Holy
appliance store.
camole.
He's a good athlete for a kid that
He's a
size.
great athlete.
Yeah, he really is.
He did a good job staying behind Mandrola in case he spun around. So big third down and 20 for your Pioneer defense. They're going to call it 19. Ross is back to pass. He's going to fake it, or he's going to draw it to Blunt, and Blunt picks up about 8 on the play, but somebody flew up there.
That was DeVault. That's actually Andrew DeVault, Hollywood. That really came up. He's a hitter.
He's a hitter.
He can do more than catch the ball. That's a nice play.
Farrar. So out comes the punter, Dakota Fay. Back deep is going to be Sarah Pena X Factor Robinson for your Pioneers. He's going to stand at about the 35-yard line.
Boy, a return would this would be a great time for a return,
yeah.
wouldn't it?
It really would. 9:32 and counting left here in the fourth quarter.
They went after it.
Oh, they did. That's a nice. Oh,
you got to give him 2 yards.
There you go. Thank you.
There you go. That's a little bit late on the penalty, but at least they finally got it stuck out of that pocket.
You have to give him 3 yards.
I'm starting to think there's super glue in that pocket at times.
Wow.
That'll
we
help.
almost got to that punt.
We did. That was close.
So that's going to give us good field position.
Yeah, it's kind of funny with the nicknames. Nate and I have a lot of fun with the nicknames of the kids, and we hope that they all take it in fun. But with DeVault, I got to tell you just a quick story. Over the summertime, we're over at some friend's house. They're having a barbecue, and he's a friend of the family. He comes over. And I didn't really know a lot about the kid last year, so they entertained the adults by doing all these skits. Mm-hmm. The kid's a really good actor, actually. He went from being Darth Vader to a nun to different things. I'm like, all right, man, you're either Broadway or Hollywood, one of the two.
So that's going to be a nice 15-yard penalty. And it's
all
going
right,
to give
a
us
little
great
momentum
field
here.
Position at our own 47-yard line. So Rattler's going to go shotgun. Griggs deep in the backfield, spread formation. Going to pitch it out to
a little low.
Anthony Vaughn, incomplete.
Spencer a little off target there. Just a quick hitch route.
Yep.
It looks like there's a little bit of communication tonight that we haven't seen before, where they're just off on, are you running a curl? Which route are you going? Nine minutes, 16 seconds left, folks.
Incomplete doesn't really hurt us because it stops the clock. Rattler back to pass, looking to his left, going to come across the middle, gets it to Baby Manjola, breaks a tackle, going to carry a couple guys all the way down to the 30-yard line, so a nice pickup at 23 yards on the play.
Great catch by Justin, and I'll tell you what, great bit of running by Justin as well. Very athletic play. So that's going to give us a 1st and 10.
At the 30. Well, they're going to mark it at the 31, it looks like. Do we have another penalty?
That's what I'm wondering.
Face mask, maybe?
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're doing, or are they going to pick it up?
Well, we'll see here in just a minute.
No, yeah, we're going to get some yardage on that.
Oh,
15?
15 yards, spearing.
Oh, is it spearing?
Leading with the helmet.
Okay. Yeah, kids at home watching this on TV,
you cannot lead with
never
the top
do that.
of your helmet.
Yeah. The helmet is not a weapon, boys.
So that's going to give us great field position down all the way down to the 17-yard line.
Quick score here, and it makes it interesting because we go back to a 13-point ball game.
Rattler's going to go shotgun, hand off to Griggs. Griggs has got some running room, and boy, that closed quickly.
Yeah.
Boy, that linebacker, number 7.
17, actually.
Vevrix Owens, and number 17, Rashi Hodge Jr. Boy, those two guys move well.
They do. Well, if you look at most of the
Boy, that
success
was
we've
wide
had on the
open.
ground tonight, it's been starting kind of through the tackles. And we've had a lot of success on that left side of the line.
Kind of doing this bunch formation. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Oh!
Yeah, Anthony Vaughn got one paw on it, but couldn't come down with it.
Boy, it was right there. That was wide open. You could see that coming off the line. It was open.
Yeah.
So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 from the 17. The Mountain Pointe band's playing the Darth Vader song right now. So we're going to go trips to the left, shotgun for Rattler. Back deep's going to be Griggs. Big 3rd down and 10 for your Pioneers. Going to roll to the right, or the left rather, and
Nope.
one hop's intended for
Anthony Vaughn again.
Anthony Vaughn again.
Well, very big play, obviously. You're down by 20. There's 8 minutes and 17 seconds left in the ball game, and you're facing a 4th and 10 in the red zone on the short side of the
Yeah,
field.
but here's the nice thing. You only need to get 10. You don't have to get the touchdown. Just get 10, get the first down, and you're – I mean, this is manageable.
Mm-hmm. It's been fairly windy tonight. We've got a little bit of a breeze going against
Which
the
has
Pioneers.
actually been nice. It's kept it cool, tolerable. It's 103 degrees here today. So here we go. Trips to the left. Big 4th down and 10 for the Rattler. Back to pass. Looking to his left. Lets it go. And, just misses Mandrola, who was wide open in the end zone.
Spencer would have led him a little bit more down the field. That's 6 points. The ball was just a little bit behind him. So, turnover on downs. And 8 minutes and 11 seconds left. The clock becomes a big issue now. Got to get a 3 and out.
Well, and you think about it, that's 3 times in the red zone.
Yeah.
Without
left
any points. So, you score there or kick a couple field goals. I mean, it's a 27 game right now.
We've been, ever since the first quarter. First quarter, we couldn't move the ball, but we've been able
second,
to move it since
second,
then.
third, and now.
Right.
Smith's going to come out shotgun. Asensio to his left. Going to come in motion. Going to pitch it out. He's going to be dropped for a loss by
What a great play.
Dixon.
Captain Air Force.
So that's going to be a loss of about 2 or 3 on that.
Wonderful play by Captain Air Force. Drew Dixon.
Anthony Stevens was a carrier on that.
Well, that's a good way to start it. So now 2nd and 12, and you're right, with a 20-point lead, I doubt Mountain Pointe's going to go to the air a lot now.
They will not. They're going to run the clock. And you watch, they're going to run the clock all the way down. The play clock. So they won't snap. I would be surprised if he snaps it here before 7:30. He does, actually. Going to hand it off to Blunt. Blunt's going to be, wow. Boy, he broke a tackle.
He did.
Picked up about 5 on the play, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and call it 7.
Big down. 7-15 and counting, folks.
In comes Palomalo. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Palomao?
I think so.
The big receiver who had that long 30, 40-yard catch earlier here in the 4th quarter. They're going to go trips to the right. Smith's going to roll to his right. Oh, my gosh, the holding there. How do you not call that? They did call it, finally. No, they didn't.
And it's complete for 1st down, I think.
No, I think there's a flag back here. It's going to come back. It's holding. I mean, they held Mr. Ohio like crazy.
Stedman did a nice job coming off that left defensive end side that time to turn the quarterback back in, and then you had some pressure coming from the inside. And
so this is going to back them up another 10 from the 15-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 20.
That helps. All right, boys, let's get some momentum here. Let's get some enthusiasm. We need to get in the end zone quick.
Well, if you could hold him here and get a fairly, decent return on the punt, you got some opportunity here. 6:49 left in the game, so we're running out of time. So, yeah, I'm going to bring up 3rd down and 20 for the Pride. So this is a big play for your Pioneer defense.
Good time
Look
to get
for
some
them to
pressure.
go to number 9, Palomao.
That's that's their main weapon on the receiving side.
He's going to be the receiver up there at the top of your screen.
That was a tricky little inside counter, wasn't it?
It really was. Boy, that was a good counter. But your defense holds, so it's going to bring up a 4th down and about 12. They're going to pick up 8 on that. We'll take that.
Sarapania Robinson, the X Factor, coming in to receive the punt for the Pioneers.
Going to stand at about the 40, call it the 50-yard line.
Six minutes and counting on the clock, folks.
Fay into punt for the Pride. Looks like we are going to try to go after this again. X Factor moves up to the 45. That's a good punt. And we're going to have great field position at the 42.
5 minutes, 43 seconds, down by 20. Hey, we saw a great comeback last week. I mean, it was only 9, but what a tremendous comeback that was.
It was.
And this offense, the way it's designed, and especially, Spencer's got a great arm. I mean, there's a lot of weapons on offense, so it is possible. I mean, they can score in a hurry.
Well, a couple things can happen. You can score.
But, you have to – it's going to be difficult to really run the ball a whole lot anymore just because of the timing of it.
So Rattler's going to go shotgun. Griggs deep. Rattler back to pass. Going to pitch it out to Griggs. He's got some running room. Cuts it back up to the inside. And he's going to be tackled for, maybe a loss of a half a yard.
Those linebackers again and their D-backs, they close so quickly that –
They really do.
I mean, compare team speed between Mountain Pointe and Brophy. I think Mountain Pointe certainly got the edge there. Cover 2 on defense for Mountain Pointe.
Rattler back to pass. Pitches it out to Griggs. Incomplete. Bring up 3rd down and 11.
He might have gained a yard or 2 on that. In some aspects, with the clock being a factor right now,
that's not a bad play.
Yeah, I mean it's really a little fortuitous that.
I mean, you're 4-down territory here, I would think. So.
Well, without a doubt. And Mountain Pointe's trying to take away the deep post patterns with their 2 safeties playing off so much, and they're both pretty good safeties too.
So Rattler's going to go shotgun. Griggs deep behind him. Sarapania Robinson in motion. Going to go trips to the right. Going to roll to the right. Got plenty of time. And he's going to take off and run and going to go out of bounds at about the 36.
Good coverage downfield, and I think actually a pretty good decision by Spencer to pick up at least half of it, because now you're left with 4th and maybe 6, 4th and 5 or 6. And he was able to stop the clock, too. Instead of trying to force the ball and then ending up with a 4th and 11, I think that was a smart play.
It's a little bit more manageable. Gives you a few more options. Rattler's back to pass. He's got some pressure. Comes across the middle, completes it to, is that Sarapania?
Yeah, X Factor. Nice
throw.
throw.
A pickup of about 8.
Nice throw and a great catch in traffic by Sarapania Robinson to hold on to that. But you just saw the fastball from the freshman quarterback. That was a nice throw. Four minutes, 49 seconds and counting.
Rattler's going to go shotgun. Oh, steps away.
Stepped away and threw into coverage. Boy, that defensive front, they get there in a hurry, don't they?
Boy, he did a good job, though. There was a lot of pressure. He didn't panic. He just stepped right up and bought himself a little bit of time. Great job by the freshman.
It just seems like in the red zone, that's where we've really struggled just to capitalize on being able to move the ball.
So it's going to be 2nd and 10. Rattler back. Looking to his right, comes across the middle, completes it to, is that Spawn? Yep, Spawn.
Nick
He's going
Spawn.
to pick up about 6. Brings up a 3rd down and 4. They're going to call it 5.
Spawn coming into tonight averaging 16.5 yards per reception. Second leading receiver.
Baby Mandrola in motion. Rattler back.
And
That was
they
a delayed blitz.
Yeah, they sent number 27. I'm not sure if he's their strong safety or their backer, but the timing was good on their part. It's going to create a 4th and 12 or 13 for your Pioneers with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock. This is pretty much ball game here. We need to pick this up.
Yeah. Spencer back to pass, steps up in the pocket, goes deep to Sarah Pena Robinson, just overthrows him.
He had it was a nice wheel route out and up, and Mountain Pointe in a cover 2, so there's a pretty small window to fit that ball into. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. And with that, folks, we're going to go out to one quick final shout-out to our sponsors here. Championship sponsor Chapman Ford. A lot of places in the valley where you can buy a Ford, but only one gives you the Chapman Choice, saving, selection, and service. It's Chapman Ford on McDowell Road in Scottsdale, home of the Chapman Choice.
So out comes Smith and the Mountain Pointe Pride offense. They're going to have 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line. Smith's going to go under center. He's going to hand it to Blunt, and I would imagine this is what we're going to see.
Yeah, without a doubt.
For the rest of the game, unless we can get the ball back.
Tackled by half the Pioneer defense.
The defense has done a great job here in the second half. We've only given up 1 touchdown, and basically that was that one long throw. Outside of that, they
played better.
They've had to punt 3 times. So
well, if you look at it, it's been a big play night. That's what's hurt us on defense. You had the long run by the quarterback and then the long throw. That's really where
those are really the 2 big plays.
Yeah. But they've done a fairly good job of containing, a running back that's averaging 175 a game.
Yeah, I don't think he's even gotten 100 tonight. They're going to pitch it out to Blunt. Blunt's going to be met in the backfield and going to be tackled for probably they're going to call him right at the line of scrimmage. So bring up a 3rd down and 8.
Nice play. I believe that would be Mr. Harlan, defensive end.
The ends have played phenomenal tonight. Going back looking at that Chandler game, 4 games later, just how much they've developed.
They've grown a lot, yeah. Well, you've seen this team grow a lot.
Yeah.
And anytime you travel on the road to the East Valley and play one of the perennial powers, it's a tough task, without a doubt. So shotgun, going to hand it off again.
And he's not going to go anywhere.
Good backside
going to be a
pursuit.
loss of 3, so that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Pride.
Mr. Ohio and number 8, Josh Stedman, and Justin Mandrola, number 7, in on the tackle. 1 minute.
Pinnacle's going to call a timeout to save some time on the clock. 1:55 left. I like the fact that we are not giving up.
No.
It says a lot about this
No,
team.
and I think when the boys go back and they take a look at the film on this game,
they're going to go, we had so many opportunities.
Yeah, there's just a lot of missed opportunities. Yeah. Have we played as well as we did last week?
I think
we haven't.
I think it's like you said in the very beginning, Todd. They came out a little flat tonight. I think that was such an emotional win for them that you got to remember these are 14, 15,
They're
16, 17-year-old kids.
Right.
And think about when you have an emotional high, even at your age, we can control it a little bit better than they can.
Well, you see it at every level. You see it at the NFL. You see it in college. And that was one of the most emotional games I've ever seen at any level, really. And hey, listen, this is a tough team too. Mountain Pointe, they're not fourth in the state on accident. They're undefeated. They're a good ball club. But I do think the Pioneers are going to look at this going, we can play better than that.
So Fay into punt. Sarah Pena, X Factor Robinson standing at his own 40. Going to have movement on the offense. Going to back him up 5.
That punter's not back very deep, is he? Did you notice that?
What that means is they don't have a great long snapper.
Most likely.
So, yeah, I mean, he's only standing at about 10 yards. Most punters are at about 15.
Right.
Be nice to block it here. Oh, and they almost got to it. It's a short punt, and it's going to go. Oh, what a bounce. Are you kidding me?
Fortuitous.
Oh,
word of the day. Very
man.
lucky. All right, so 144
Dude,
left.
That was going to come down. I thought it was going to kick back about 10 yards the other way.
So you need a quick score.
Yep.
Recover an onside kick. Quick score. Recover an onside kick.
Yep.
Quick score. All in the matter of
minute 44.
Yeah. 104 seconds. Stranger things have happened.
Yes, they have.
We've gone deep a couple times on the sidelines, not really over the top, but when they're playing cover 2 the way they are, especially with a couple of pretty good safeties,
well,
that's a tall order.
And Palomalo is one of the safeties, and he's 6'4", so it's
and here comes
a lot of pressure.
We saw this last year too. The one thing that hasn't changed from this Mountain Pointe team is they've got very athletic defensive linemen.
They do.
That are quick, really quick.
So that's going to be a loss of 4. Bring up 2nd and 14 from our 49-yard line. Rattler and shotgun, back to pass, looking to the left, steps up in the pocket. He's going to be sacked again.
Nate, I'm not paying close enough attention, I guess, on the defensive line. Blitzes, are they running stunts? Just
straight up a mano-mano.
Pure speed.
11 beat 51.
Well, 11's a kid that they have. I mean, he came in with 5.5 sacks. He's tallied probably 3 or 4 more.
That's his 4th tonight.
Yeah.
So Rattler's going to go shotgun again, 3rd and 18. They're going to hand it off. Nope, fake it to Griggs and go out to Spawn. That's going to be incomplete.
Spencer got hit right as he threw there.
Yeah.
So it's
all
going
of
to
a
bring
sudden
up 4.
we have no protection for whatever reason.
Well, I watched him that play. The same kid, number 11, the 195-pound end, and he gets in there so quickly. And it looks like we're going to punt. So with 37 seconds left, the ball game's pretty much over. So this will drop the Pioneers to 3-2 on the year with really the only way to describe it is just a murderous schedule.
Yeah, but their only 2 losses are going to be number 4 and number 1 in the state. I mean,
exactly.
Look, it's a 27-7 game. This game could have been 28-27. I mean, it's, there was a couple missed opportunities there by our offense, and a nice punt by McGuire. Boy, does he get some hang time on that one.
It was a beautiful punt.
Yeah. Boy, that's going to help his average this evening. 10, 15, 20.
So 27 seconds left, folks. And I would imagine they're going to come in and hand it off or kneel down, one of the two.
Another nice 43-yarder by the junior.
So we'll head into the meat of the schedule in terms of, the rest of the year at 3-2 with a very difficult schedule to start the year. And they just going to kneel down there, Nate?
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, they it's the game's pretty open. I mean, they may hand it off or something, but that's not going to be anything.
No, they did.
Yeah. That was Stevens on the carry for a pickup of about 10.
Well, folks, next week we've got at Liberty in Peoria, who last year took second in state in Division II, if memory serves.
Correct.
So they got moved up to Division I, and traditionally a very tough team.
However, I think they're struggling this year. I think they're
I'm not sure if they've won a game.
1-4.
Yeah, 1-4.
1-4, 0-5.
Well, here's the thing. I think a lot of these D2 and D3 teams, if they get moved up, they figure out in a hurry that the sledding is quite a bit tougher
it is
at
a
this
lot
level.
tougher.
Ask Saguaro.
It is.
It's not quite the same.
No, it is not. So, tough loss tonight for the Pioneers, but again, it's against the number 4 ranked team. I don't think it's going to drop us much.
No, we didn't play our best. Again,
No.
hats off to a very good team in Mountain Pointe. They are. But I know the boys are going to come back and look at this. We moved the ball. I mean, the difference between the playoff game last year and this, really, you look at total yardage and different things. We moved the ball quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, I think
shot ourselves in the foot a couple times.
Red zone 3 times with no points, that kills you. Inside the 30 twice with no points kills you. But it's a good learning experience. It shows that look. One thing that we were concerned about coming in here was the team speed.
Yeah. They
did have more team speed defensively, but offensively, I thought we did a really great job other than the 2 big plays.
2 big plays. That's what hurt us. So the rest of the year, folks, real quickly, now Pinnacle goes into league play. Now we go into our league play against Liberty next week, Boulder Creek after that, who I'm not sure, I don't think they won a game yet. Centennial, which lost a really close game to Hamilton. At Chaparral and Horizon. So we head into our league play at 3-2. And, we've got every good a shot at the league title, I think, as anybody. I mean, the Centennial game is going to be extremely tough. And Chap's always tough as well. And next week, Liberty, again, they come off a strong year. So your Pioneers breaking down, and I'm trying to remember what they call this. It's
I don't
there's
know.
a name for it. My son told me last year. But shout out to all the Pioneers, that have played here in the past that are watching from your dorm room or wherever you may be. And next week we'll hope for a different outcome. And I'm sure the coaches will go to the film room and get some things corrected.
Yep, we'll go live here at about 6:40, 6:45, somewhere in there
Typically.
next week, and we look forward to broadcasting again next week. So. Thank you again for there's Todd and myself. Hey, everybody.
Yeah, hello.
Thank you again for coming in tonight and watching the game. We look forward to broadcasting you next week. Have a great weekend, and we will see you next week at 6:40. I'm Nathan Nordstrom, Todd Dixon. Have a great weekend.
See you later, folks.